Welcome back, Binge Heads. It's your host, CT Whisky, and one of my favorite film franchises of all time is finally back on the big screen this weekend. That's right, 28 years later, it's here, and I'm hyped. I'm locked in, and I need y'all to buckle up for this one. Let's get into this trilogy. 28 days later, 28 weeks later, and now 28 years later is one of the rawest, grittiest, and most unique zombie universe ever put on film. So buckle up, and let's dive into it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Now let me say this right off the rip, I'm a huge zombie apocalypse fan. Movies, shows, games, if it's got infected, survivors, and a post-apocalyptic world, I'm watching it. But the 28 franchise? That hits different. Unlike a lot of zombie media, this one leans more into chaos, fear, and realism. It's not just about slow walkers or typical we're trapped in a mall stuff. These movies dig into the collapse of society in a raw, terrifying way. Let's rewind to where it all began. 28 Days Later, released in 2002, directed by Danny Boyle. This movie changed the game. It opens with a chilling sequence. A man wakes up in an abandoned hospital in London. Cillian Murphy plays Jim. And as he walks through empty streets, we immediately feel something is wrong. Not just wrong gone. Civilization, poof, vanished. And then boom, the infected show up. Now let's be clear, these aren't your classic zombies. They don't shuffle. They don't moan. They sprint at full speed, rage in their eyes, blood dripping from their mouths. These are rage-infected humans, fast, violent, and terrifying. What I loved about 28 Days Later was the mood. It wasn't just about the infected, it was about what happens to people after everything falls apart. It raised the question, who's more dangerous, the infected or the survivors? Then came 28 Weeks Later in 2007, directed by Juan Carlos Fresnadillo. A new story, but same world. This one expanded everything. The US military is now in London, trying to rebuild and repopulate after the infection was supposedly contained. Keyword, supposedly. We follow a new cast this time, including Robert Carlyle, Rose Byrne, and Jeremy Renner. And listen, this movie wastes no time. The opening sequence, one of the best horror openings in cinema history. Period. That farmhouse scene? Bruh. Goosebumps. This movie ups the tension, the chaos, and the brutality. It's darker, bloodier, and even more nihilistic. What I appreciated was how it showed the false sense of security. The military thought they had control, and then the virus said, nah. The action sequences were intense. The infected were terrifying, and the ending left things wide open for more stories. Now fast forward to this weekend. 28 years later is finally here after decades of fans begging for a sequel. Danny Boyle is back in the director's chair, and Cillian Murphy is returning as Jim, now in an executive producer role and maybe, just maybe, on screen again. So the question is, will we see familiar faces? Will it close the book on the trilogy? Or will this be the beginning of a new era? We don't know everything yet, but what's confirmed is that this film is bigger in scale. It's not just London or the UK anymore, we're talking global stakes. The infection has had nearly 3 decades to evolve. What does that world even look like? I'm expecting new characters, horrifying evolutions of the rage virus, and some serious moral questions. You know the kind, how far will you go to survive? Who do you trust when everyone is one bad choice away from becoming infected? If you're a fan of The Last of Us, Train to Busan, or even The Walking Dead, this is a must-watch. Listen, I know this franchise isn't for everyone. Some folks like their horror slow burn, others prefer slashers. But for me, the 28 franchise is peak zombie cinema. It's grounded, gritty, emotional, and intense. I'm going to see 28 Years Later this weekend, and trust me, I'm walking into that theater with popcorn, a hoodie, and zero expectations except chaos. So now I'm asking you, are you going to see it or skip it? What's your favorite part of the franchise, days or weeks? And who do you hope shows up in years? Let me know down in the comments. I read everything you drop. And don't forget, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel if you love deep dives into cult classics, horror legends, and the shows and movies that make you go ho.
All right, this has been CT Whisky, your host, your post-apocalypse guide for all things binge-worthy. Stay safe out there, and remember, don't get bitten. Go out and enjoy 28 years later. Check it out. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel.